Hi, welcome to Data Fight channel. My name is Clara Raphael and I'm the Power BI facilitator. Today, we're going to be looking at dimensional modeling in Power BI. Dimensional modeling is a very important concept in data warehousing and business intelligence. So for this video, we'll be looking at what is made up of a data model, key concepts in data modeling, and we'll also explore relationships in Power BI. So, what is a data model? A data model refers to the structure and organization of your data in Power BI. And a data model is made up of a table and a table or tables, right? And columns. So in a table we have columns, and these tables are connected by one or more relationships. So when we have tables and they are all connected by relationship, we can refer to them as a data model. Now let's move ahead to key concepts of data model. Before you can understand how to create or design your data model, you have to familiarize yourself with these key concepts. And first thing first, you need to understand what a fact table and a dimension table is. For every data model, you have a fact table and you have a dimension table. So what are fact table and how can we identify them? Fact table is a table or is a type of table that contains the quantitative or measurable data. So when we say quantitative or measurable data, it could be sales, revenue, quantity sold, or website visits, depending on the domain you're working on. Fact tables are also larger in size compared to the dimension table. That's because they are very detailed. They actually contain more records and they contain the process that is involved in the data collection. Also, fact table consists of foreign keys which connect to the dimensional table, and fact table are linked to the dimension table through the foreign keys. For our dimension table, they are more like those tables that provide context for analyzing the data in the fact table. So it could be customer, it could be products, it could be time, or even location. Say, for example, our fact table is sales. So we want to see sales by customer, that's the dimension, or sales by product, or sales by geographical location. So that is the concept. Dimension table compared to the fact table, they are usually smaller in size, and what they do basically is to store descriptive attributes and not the detailed transactional data. Dimension tables are also called the primary table, and they contain unique keys, and these keys are actually linked to the fact table in a type of relationship. Now we've gotten an overview of what fact table is and dimension table is. When we look at schemas, right? Like I said earlier, the combination of tables and relationships is what make up your data model. And the way these tables are connected in the type of relationship will determine the schema. Two common schemas used for data analytics or business intelligence projects is the star schema. In a star schema, as you can see from my screen, the fact table is in the middle and is linked to different dimension table in a one-to-many relationship. So this fact table and the dimension table are related, but now we have just one fact table that contains all the details that the dimension table describe or produce, right? Then for the other schema, we have snowflake schema. Snowflake schema is a type of schema that breaks down your data even more. Um, for example, we have the fact table and different dimension table. But this time around, the dimensions are broken down into smaller bits and pieces, and there's no direct linkage to the fact table from the dimension table, unlike how we have it in the star schema. You can see from here, the star schema has a direct relationship to the dimensions table, right? But for the snowflake, you can see the fact table in the middle here, but the other dimension table, there is no direct relationship. For example, the dimension table for location is linked first to the dealer dimension before you link it to the fact table. Both schemas are necessary, but best practice and preferable schema you can use in a business intelligence project or data analytics is the star schema. That is because of the way it directly connects to the dimensions table from the fact table. And so when you're querying your data set, it is more optimized than when you break your dimensions down into smaller pieces and there's no direct relationship. So now we've understood what schemas are, we'll look into relationships in Power BI. So relationships are the way data or tables are connected with their cells in your data model. And for Power BI, we have three types of relationship and we'll look at them one after the other. The first one is the one-to-one relationship. In a one-to-one relationship, we always have a fact table and a dimension table. So the fact table is linked to the dimension table in a one-to-one relationship when one record from the fact table is matched to one record from the dimensions table. The second type of relationship is one to many. In a one to many relationship, it will mean one record from the dimensions table is linked to many many records from the fact table. If you can see from my screen here, we will look at just account and transaction. In our account table, we have account ID account. Then in our transactions table, we have date, account ID, and amount. The unique thing that is connecting these two tables are the account ID. So for you to link your fact table to your dimensions table, there should be a unique identifier in both tables. And for this case, our unique identifier is the account ID. So looking at this table, we have account ID 1 just appearing once on my dimension table. And when we look at the fact table transaction, we have it appearing 1, 2. So we have two records of it. So that's why it forms a one to many relationship, and so on and so forth. Then the last type of relationship is the many to many relationship. And in this case, a many to many relationship is formed between two tables when many records from the A table or the dimensions table is linked to many records in the facts table or the B table. And most times, or best practices, one to many relationship is preferred in building your data model. I hope you've been able to demystify the concept of relationships and explain what a data model is. In the next video, we'll look at practical methods by which we can build this data model. See you in the next one. Thank you for watching.